You're just mad that conservatives are going to act smug on Twitter.
Actually true. You have a lot of representation from one opinion and a lot of representation from the other, but then you have like, there's a mixture here where there's a lot of argument and debate and like people trying to figure out, right? And I think that it keeps the more radical elements of these sides kind of in check, because the conversation, the focus of the conversation is here in the middle, right? Not way the over here. But I think what's happened recently is we've gotten more and more, I guess for a little bit of balance, we can look at, this is, did you guys see that Gaige gross goods guy, the guy that got shot in the arm, tried to post in my subreddit, but people figured out that this is his Reddit account.
You are such a
The brain rot. Crossed state lines, enough already. He lived on the state line. That doesn't mean he didn't cross it. Driving half an hour away to a place where basically half your life isn't a crime. Doing so with a gun is in most countries. That's what I can't get past. Kid took a gun to a protest. In most countries, we'd see what happened next is inevitable. That's why we don't let kids take guns to protests. The gun never fucking crossed state lines. We've known this for a year and a fucking half. Cool. I'm a little surprised that's the important bit for you. What? The fix was in for the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Judge Bruce Schroeder did everything in his power to ensure the acquittal of a murderer who will now parlay his fame into a career as a right-wing rock star. It only cost him 3 black lives. What?
Nobody knows.
I'm actually so black-pilled on everything. Kyle Rittenhouse trial was designed to protect white conservatives who kill. Why Kyle Rittenhouse's not guilty verdict actually makes perfect sense in America's judicial system. There's certainly plenty to dissect as we attempt to answer the question of why a jury found Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty in all charges in an August 25th, 2020 confrontation. Wait, was the black person on the 12 that made it into the jury deliberation?
Okay, but all memes aside, the U.S. system is like way better than, like, for example, the British system, which is dumb.
Why do you say that? Shit on Britbongers, please, right now.
Well, because their, like, legal system, you basically, the judge acts as, like, it's just bizarre. Like, I don't know. I like the idea of having the judge as a neutral arbitrator, then you have the prosecution, and then you have the defense, or, you know, whatever. You have, you just have those two sides, whereas the UK legal system doesn't operate like that. Or at least... Does
the judge take a much more active role, or what do you mean?
Yeah. Like, the judge is, like... The judge is involved in how witnesses are called and whatnot. I don't know. I can't really speak on it because I don't know that much about it. I just remember reading about it like 3 times and thinking this is fucking stupid because Britbongers are dumb.
Jeez.
Look at all the bongers mad as fucking chat now.
The judge is part of the fact finding? Wait, really?
Yeah, it's dumb.
I'm not sure if he fully understands UK's judicial. Uh-oh.
No, what do you mean? I literally just said I understand very, very little of it. It's just dumb as fuck.
So anyway, remember when I said, guys, that the most educated people that talk the most shit outside of their purview are fucking lawyers? Here it is. You just saw it happen in real time.
There you go. You're welcome.
I'm just kidding. I love you. All I needed to know about British politics is reading up on how the House of Lords work, and then I was done with it all. I was like, this is some hardcore meme shit, okay? Okay, The Independent is pretty trashy. But no way. Full story, teenager who shot 3 black men with rifle found not guilty on all charges. Is this actually real, or was this photoshopped, or did they actually fuck up this hard? The active page doesn't say that. Yeah, I feel like I need to see more screenshots or like an archive to believe this. People that post shit like this you guys are fucked up too, okay? It was edited after Destiny. Wait, hold on, was it actually? Wait, now I'm getting multiple people screenshotting. Did they actually fuck up the posting initially? Full story, teenager who shot 3 black men, or are these all inspect elements? Do you have like an archive dot Google index got it? Oh, they did post it. Teenager who shot 3 black men. Holy shit. People are losing their minds. Was it clickbait or was the whole article wrong? How can this be clickbait? I'm sorry, David. It's just my opinion, Pac-Man. This is not clickbait. This is just factually incorrect. It's all over. There's no going back. It is going to be, it was because he was X or Y race all the time. I think, I've been saying this for a while now, so we'll see if it happens. But I think there's going to be a big pendulum swing back the other way because I think shit has gotten so ridiculous. And I think most people are starting to see that. Even what was the other thing? 2 days ago, somebody posted an article that there were members of some, it was some college campus administration or something, and somebody was getting roasted because of a tweet they made when they were 13. Was it college Democrats or something? Yeah, but the thing that sucks is that it feels like it's going to be a kick back in the other direction, probably too hard. Something that I noticed, I think, is I say this a lot, that it's important to have representation on both sides for every issue because it helps keep you sane because you get good arguments from both sides. I think something that needs to happen is it's not enough for there to be like a strong side here, a strong side here, and a strong side here, and then strong sides over here. I think that there needs to be some co-mingling because what happens is, because ideally what we would get is something like this, right? Where you have a lot of representation from one opinion and a lot of representation from the other. But then you have like, there's a mixture here where there's a lot of argument and debate and like people trying to figure out, right? And I think that it keeps it keeps the more radical elements of these sides kind of in check because the conversation, the focus of the conversation is here in the middle, right? Not way the fuck over here. But I think what's happened recently is we've gotten more and more kind of like tunneled in or burrowed into our own sides. So that's why you're getting stuff like, instead of having this national discourse over like, should it be a $12 an hour minimum wage, $15 an hour minimum, we're over here where it's like 25 is the floor. $25 an hour minimum wage. Every single person needs a living wage. Abolish all wage slavery, right? You're getting these insane conversations over here on the left. And then you're getting insane ones on the right as well, right? Like, should we break off? Is the election completely stolen? Trump is coming back with fucking JFK and Malcolm X are all coming back. And like, I don't know, it's like insane shit. Because there's like, I feel like there's very little overlap anymore between these people of differing opinions. Instead, everybody just exists in their own little zone. And then you just get more and 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 more radicalized over and over and over and over again, like hyperbolically to the extreme ends on both sides. It's very, very, very irritating. How did race get to be the main talking point of this trial? When you have people that see the world through a certain lens, if they have like a paradigm, okay, here's like something, this is something that I heavily encourage all of you, okay? No one cares. Nobody actually cares about any of this, all right? You should exist as a person, and you have like a certain set of, you have a way to exist in the world, okay? Now, if you exist as a person, okay, there are like a variety of ideologies that can exist as well, right? We might have feminism, we might have JQers, you might have QAnons, you might have libertarians, you might have progressivism, whatever, right? And the thing that I think that should happen is ideally, right, I think you should be able to use these different tools to kind of like analyze problems, right? Because in my opinion, I think that different problems can be looked at in different ways. So like maybe we have like some set of like scientific beliefs, right? We'll call this our scientific beliefs, okay? Like maybe we have a problem related to like, how do we know if this measuring cup is okay or something, right? Like we would use this tool to analyze this problem, right? That's what we would do. Or maybe, you know, maybe we see somebody kill somebody, maybe it seems to be racially motivated. If we want to take like an intersectional look or like a CRT look, even we can say whatever, right? Then we would like use these tools to analyze this problem. But I think the problem is that rather than separating out these different forms of analysis, these like become people. To where instead of like, oh, I have different ways that I can analyze problems, these things become like inseparable to the person, and then every single problem they analyze has to be viewed through that lens. They cannot use tools to analyze problems, but instead they but instead they see everything that way. So I remember being critical. I wish I had the right-leaning examples. I'm sure they exist. But like I remember being critical of Anita Sarkeesian before, because anytime like any problem would happen, it would always be because of toxic masculinity, right? anytime a problem would happen, it would be, oh, it's toxic masculinity. That's why. Some guy killed himself, toxic masculinity. Mass shooter, toxic masculinity. Terrorist attack, toxic masculinity. And okay, but it's like, I think now you're inhibiting your ability to analyze problems around you because you've like adopted what should be a tool to look at things, and it's become who you are. When it comes to like these riots, like, why did somebody get shot? Like, why did 2 people die? Why did 1 person get shot? It's not because of race issues at all. It had nothing to do with that. Pretty sure it's because it happened at a BLM riot. Okay, this could have been an anything riot. It could have been a feminist riot. It could have been a football riot. What happened, the reason, and this is the problem, because now when people try to go back and look for, well, why did this happen? Why did this happen? Well, why did it happen? It's not because the militia people were white supremacists. It's not because they were going out looking for BLM protesters, right? It's because a community had been more or less kind of, I don't want to use the word terrorized because it's a little loaded, but this community had suffered quite a bit of damage. I want to say it was estimated upwards of $50 million in property damage and $2 million in public damage. And that might have been for that might have been for the week. That might have been for days after Rittenhouse as well. I'm not sure. I don't know if this quantifies it. But the property damage was up to 50 million and 2 million to city-owned property. So 50 million to private, 2 million to city-owned property, right? If that is the case, and if the police aren't able to respond to it, which they weren't, the police weren't able to control the protests and the riots of this magnitude, right? Well, what's going to happen next, especially in the country, right? Probably people are going to step out and start saying, like, I'm going to defend my property. I'm going to blah, 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 right? I think that's how we need to look at this problem, right? We need to say, like, okay, well, we need better ways to control crowds. We need more effective ways to curb potential riots. We need to be more proactive. I don't know if it means new policing techniques. I don't know if it means hopefully a shift in culture. I don't know if it means a stricter enforcement of curfews. I don't know if it means preemptively calling in the National Guard for all of these issues, but like something else has to happen, right? But just to call it racialized or to just say it was because of white supremacy or whatever, like that analysis doesn't get you to any good problem solving ability. Like, it's not going to lead you to a good solution. If you thought this was white supremacy, what a time we live in. Who, you're following both of us? Interesting, huh? Really makes you think. I wonder if it's worth documenting all the insane outrage today. The thing that sucks too is I feel like I had to, because I feel like if I ever bring this up in a future conversation, mark my words, okay? I'm going to be in an argument with somebody in the future, and I'm going to say something like, did you not see how deranged people were in regards to the Rittenhouse verdict? And they're going to say, what do you mean deranged? And I'm going to be like, well, I don't know. People were like making death threats on Twitter. It was getting a lot of engagement. People were saying it was rigged. I don't think anybody was really saying that, Destiny. I think you're just kind of like, I think that you're a little bit obsessed with lefty Twitter. Somebody will say that. Somebody will say that in the future. Absolutely. I know they will. It's going to happen at least once. I guess for a little bit of balance, we can look at...
Despite changing speech policy, despite trying to brainwash and bombard Americans to believe, to beat them, to punish them into subservience, to be fearful, to protect themselves, guess what? We still live, at least today, in the United States of America, and Kyle Rittenhouse was not guilty.
This is ultra fucking cringe. So, well, we're shitting on a lot of left-leaning people for losing their minds right now, okay? Don't ever forget. Don't forget where we came from, okay?
Yeah! Yeah!
This is absolutely cringe. Wait, Sam Seder said the charges against Rittenhouse had a high bar of proof. He was surprised that a charge such as manslaughter wasn't levied. I thought that they were charging, there's a name for this, like charging down the book or charging down the line or something. It wasn't just that first degree, whatever. They were going for like reckless shit as well, weren't they? There were lesser charges beneath. Yeah, I think reckless endangerment was there. Yeah, so I don't know what Sam is talking about there, but I rarely do these days, so. Yeah, also, I don't know if you can do manslaughter for self-defense. Because I think manslaughter by definition is unintentional, right? Like vehicular manslaughter, you didn't mean to kill anybody, right? But if you admit to, you say, I meant to kill him, but it was self-defense. I don't know if you can do a manslaughter charge there. But I could be wrong, I don't know, I'm not sure.
Behind you!
Anyone need medical? Medical?
Oh my god, I get the meme now. Shut the fuck up, that's not funny.
Lucas, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Medical?
Jesus Christ, dude. Behind you!
This is where the Castillo case comes in. However, that case is a total outlier. I don't know anything about that. There's voluntary and involuntary manslaughter. Oh, I wonder what the difference is. What does voluntary manslaughter mean? I would have to go look these up. Also, keep in mind, okay, as we learn more and we become smarter people of the world, okay, all of us consider ourselves U.S. citizens, and we all try to think like we're U.S. citizens and these are U.S. laws and U.S. courts and blah, blah, blah. No, okay? We live in 50 different states, okay? And every single state, like things like murder and all that shit, these are state offenses. And different states will define things in different ways. Some states have fucking 3rd degree murder. Some states can have different, now usually there will be some parity between some of the bigger charges or whatever, but every state can treat these, charges a little bit differently. Not every state is going to have the exact same way that they define homicide, or probably even things like manslaughter or 1st degree or 2nd degree, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Keep that in mind when you talk about anything related to this shit.
No. So there is voluntary manslaughter, which I don't know if it would apply in this case, but how it works is if you have imperfect self-defense, so you have a reasonable belief in your mind, but it was objectively unreasonable. So you have an honest belief that you needed to use lethal force for self-defense, but it was unreasonable from an objective perspective, then your homicide, or then, a murder charge could be negated down to voluntary manslaughter.
Oh, so hypothetically, let's say that like a large 12-year-old boy runs into a room in like a Scream costume with a rubber knife or something, and you're like, oh my God, and you take out a gun and shoot him. Would that be like an example? Like you reasonably felt like it was a guy about to stab you, but yeah, clearly.
Yeah,
it was just...
I guess, but in that case, it might not even be unreasonable.
Oh, well, I mean, it would be unreasonable if he has like a rubber knife. He's not going to kill you, right?
But I mean, how would you what if there are a lot of pixels then?
Oh well, that's my question. That's what I'm trying to understand. What makes it like reasonable or unreasonable then, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it objectively. You look at what the average person in that community would have done in those circumstances and whatever. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Where's Pisco at? So something that I found out the other day that I didn't know before was my understanding is that you can always engage in self-defense. It's not really on the books anywhere that you can kill somebody to defend your property. But apparently that's not actually the case. Apparently in a lot of states, you kind of de facto can. Because if somebody is breaking into your property, you're allowed to use reasonable force to get them to leave. If they fight back, or if you feel like they could fight back in a way that threatens you, you can kill them. So it seems like in more than just in Texas, in a lot of states, you actually can use lethal force to defend property, because that's just how it will always play out, which is interesting.
Is Texas as crazy as I've heard? I thought if someone is on your property running away, you're still allowed to shoot them. Is that true?
I think you can. I think Texas is the only state because you can kill people to recover your property. I think.
Jesus.
So if somebody is running away with your TV,
you can
shoot them in the back.
Chase someone down and shoot them after they've stolen something from you. You can run them down, gun them down.
Esports Batman says, "Tell Apples to show his bar license because I already have." Ooh.
Wait, I'm admitted in 2 states with the hardest bars. So.
Okay, hold on. Firstly, wait, aren't you admitted in California?
He's in
that's
New York too.
Doesn't
that's
California
one of the hardest bars?
Hold on, wait. Why do you say it's the hardest bar exam? Because of the
I
pass
don't know
rate?
if it's the hardest, but the pass
Probably
rate
pass
is.
Wait,
Yeah.
why is the pass rate on California's bar so low? I know this because
Anybody-
Because
Yeah.
you could have non-accredited.
yeah. So let's
attorneys
slow down
for
there, buddy.
lawsuits taking
Okay.
an exam.
Yeah, let's slow down. Anybody in California can take the bar, so of course the pass rate is low. Okay, chill.
But
all right?
it's objectively one of the hardest ones too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to look more into this now. This might have been a point that I should have never conceded. I need to not believe anybody on anything. Does anybody... Okay, know that as I say this, I don't know if this is true or not. I had 2 different people email me this, and I just haven't bothered to look into it. So, people keep bringing this up. The reason why Rittenhouse is a white nationalist is because afterwards, or white supremacist, he was caught posing with the Proud Boys doing the OK symbol. I've had 2 different people email me that said that Kyle didn't actually know any of these people, but the prior like scumbag lawyer that he had, the guy that like stole $2 million and ran or whatever, like had him come here and do this as a photo op. I don't know if that's true or not. Does anybody have like an article and I can go read about that later or something?
How did the lawyer steal $2 million?
But apparently Rittenhouse's last lawyer was like a huge piece of shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, like there's a reason why he dropped him. That guy was insane. He was also like tweeting like insane shit as well.
Rittenhouse not guilty.
Wait, did he just spoiler himself? Wait, what?
We, the jury, find the defendant Kyle.
Holy shit. No wonder the prosecution was nervous. If I saw this person, if I saw a woman who looked like this in the stands, I'd be like, damn, we're not getting a not guilty out of that one at least.
It's a woman like this, bro, your West Coast is showing. They live in fucking Wisconsin. I'm sorry, my dude. I lived in Nebraska all my life. No offense to my Midwestern bros, okay? Half the women look like this, okay? This is life. This is life in the Midwest, all right? Jesus.
They're gonna have to pry a not guilty out of that person's cold, dead hands.
The first count of the information, Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse.
Also, is that even one of the jurors, or is that the clerk who reads? That's the woman who types shit? Yeah.
Not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gaige Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty.
Oh my god, he's dead. Oh my god. Oh my god, it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. He just died.
Fuck, hold on. I have to go pick up coffee again. 1 second.
Well, what a twist ending. And if we just cut it here, we can just pretend that's the reality we live in. No, of course not. He is he's alive. Okay, so let's be real for a second, okay? The real reason that you guys care. Okay, listen. I've been doing this for a while. The real reason that you guys care about this verdict isn't because you specifically care about whether or not Rittenhouse himself spends time in jail. No. And it's also not about the implications and precedent this will set for future protests and violent action. No. You're just mad that conservatives are going to act smug on Twitter.
Actually true.
Come on, you don't need
Oh, Vaush with the actual true analysis.
to lie to me. You don't need to lie to me. Come on. You're just mad that the conservatives will be smug on Twitter for months. And you wanted to be smug. You wanted to be the smug one. But now they're going to be the smug ones. Right? Yeah, I know how we are. Humans, psychologically. That's what you care about. Well, first, I propose to you.
Okay, I don't care anymore. All right, anything else? Let me 1 second.
We'll look into the Rittenhouse thing. To be honest with you, I don't even know what the charges were. I mean, I imagine not guilty on the charges of murder. I thought
Before people make fun of Sam for this, okay, and I'm not a big fan of Sam at the moment, okay? But somebody said earlier that apparently Sam said he doesn't follow trials at all. If that's the case, I respect it. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's totally fine. As long as you're obviously not out there giving a ton of opinions on it. If he's just like, I just don't I don't follow ongoing trials, I think there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine.
There were some, and I guess they threw out the charge about his crossing state lines with the firearm. I mean, broadly speaking, it's pretty amazing to me. And again, I want to make this absolutely clear.
Oh, no.
I didn't follow the trial in general, I don't, not just as a function of this show.
Oh, but he's still going to give a huge opinion on it, isn't he? You watched the stream where he literally said that and also gave his take on the judge wanting his 10 minutes of fame. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. Wait, Appleus, you're here. Have you ever sat in on trials before, done anything like that? I imagine at least a few times, right? Okay. Can you speak to the level of discretion and variety that you get from like one prosecutor to another, to one judge to another, to what, like people?
Like it's literally strategy, right? So when I was like a 2L, no, I was a 1L. So we were like going before the DC circuit courts, and you literally have like your roster of judges, and then you get assigned to them, and people do like hours and hours, days, weeks of research on them, right? Based off of their personalities, their individual jurisprudential opinions, various, whatnot. What do they like? What style of, discussion do they like? So there's a huge amount of flexibility based off of who an individual judge is that's hearing a given case. And then like prosecutors have their own styles. That's pretty clear. Defense attorneys have their own styles. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I remember the first time I learned this was for my ticket in Missouri. I got a ticket for driving on a suspended license. And I remember that I drove down and I showed up in Kansas City for my day in court. And I remember my attorney, he looked at me, we shook hands in the hallway, he walked into the courtroom and he came out and he was like, "This judge is a huge cunt. I'm going to get your case continued. I'll be right back." And I was like, okay. Yeah, but then since then, it seems to be the case that like everything I've read about like trial law and shit is you get huge differences between like who decides to be the or who is the judge on some day, who's the prosecutor. Like everybody's a little bit different. It's not like everybody's this objective beacon like arbiter of fact and logic.
Like they'll know, like people I know who are like prosecutors, they'll be like, oh, this person loves they love defendants. They're just like super defendant friendly, or like this person, they love law enforcement. So, we can do this and that. So it really just depends on the individual judge, which is, there's like a huge amount of discretion there.
Yeah. Destiny, I'm an attorney. It's unbelievable how fucked you can get depending on the judge. Half of what I do is try to argue to get a federal court as opposed to state court, or from one state to another. Then in a single jurisdiction,
I need to see his bar card. I think he's lying.
Then in a single jurisdiction, you could get a judge who just hates your type of client. For example, some are more favorable to insurance companies than others. Sure. If you want to learn about judicial systems, search about common law versus civil law. Oh, who was I talking to? I have another friend and she's a lawyer, and she says that, I think we were talking about, do you know anything about Louisiana's law system?
Yeah, they have like a hybrid civil common law system.
Apparently it's like
it's from continental France, basically.
Yeah, and it's like the weirdest, most bizarre, some of the things she was describing, I had no fucking idea. It's like the most bizarre fucking law system in the United States or some shit. Yeah, Jesus. I don't know. Law in the U.S. is like politics in the U.S. State by state, everything is different, everything is weird. Just keep that in mind. Okay, sorry, let's watch this.
Oh, this was a policy that I had dating back to pre-O.J. Simpson. I don't follow trials like criminal trials.
What prompted it? Because I feel like the Simpson thing would have been, I could see like, okay, I've had my fill of like covering these things.
Oh, I didn't watch any of it.
Right, but
I didn't watch a single moment of that trial.
But you were already over it, is what I'm saying.
I just like, my sense is that I am not in a position to assess, and it's more like a soap opera-y on some level, frankly. And there are structural reasons why I imagine a guy like OJ gets off money, and structural reasons why a guy like Kyle Rittenhouse get off not money. I
respect him for saying he doesn't want to watch trials or comment on trials, but you can't say you don't watch it on anything and then comment on it, right? Like, that's so weird.
Those things are more relevant to me. So he faced 5 felony charges at the trial. Single count each first-degree reckless homicide, first-degree intentional homicide, 2 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety, and a single count of first-degree intentional homicide. Those are all pretty high bars. I wonder, had there been a manslaughter thing, like, hey, you put yourself in a situation where you are untrained to deal.
Wait, do you know, in this specific case, they had the ability, what is it called when you charge down the line or down the book? Is there a phrase here that or am I just making this up? Apples, you fucking piece of shit. Oh God, he's fucking AFK. Stacking charges. Like, you charge somebody with first degree, second degree, third degree, and then manslaughter. Like, you can charge down the thing or whatever. I think they had the opportunity to do that. I think they had that in the jury instructions. Yeah.
Crowd control, and you walk into that
Lesser
situation with a
included
gun
offenses,
ostensibly
maybe?
to crowd control. There is a somewhat of a likelihood that someone's going to end up dead or injured. That, to me, I'm surprised that they wouldn't have had some form of.
The thing that pisses me off the most about all these lefty arguments is just that, like, you wouldn't apply these arguments anywhere else. Just because you go to an area armed doesn't mean you lose your right to self-defense. I could understand if we would, and there are ways to phrase this better, and maybe if I'm being ultra good faith and ultra stupid, maybe this is what he's trying to say. So, like, the better way to phrase that is, like, if you go to an area and you're armed in a manner where you are open carrying, you're increasing the likelihood of provoking something. I think I could buy that, maybe. However, you have a right to go where you want in the United States, and you have a right, a constitutional, a Bill of Rights right to open carry a firearm. If that is the case, you need a damn good argument to overcome that, rather than just saying it's a bad idea or whatever, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know if just going to an area with a firearm means you lose your right to defend yourself, you know? So many conservatives just lucked into getting this one right. It's sad. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Oh boy, a Kaepernick tweet. We just witnessed a system built on white supremacy validate the terrorist acts of a white supremacist. This only further validates the need to abolish our system. White supremacy cannot be reformed. This is gonna be a day on Twitter, all right. Can you get Gaige, Grossgrits, and Kyle Rittenhouse into Dan's Rust server? Jesus Christ. Imagine if I could get them on for a Destiny and moderation debate. Okay, let's listen a bit more of this, sorry.
Of charge that would have been, a subsidiary charge. I just don't know. I just don't know criminal law at all. I don't spend any time thinking, but as a broader policy matter, this is not a great precedent. The idea that anybody has a license to pick up a gun and go decide, I'm in charge of policing a protest now. Why are you in charge of the policing the protest? 'Cause, man, look at my gear.
Man, fuck, what do I say? I feel like I'm repeating myself. I've said this many times. I don't know how to tell you guys to make different friends. You gotta go talk to other people. You have to get out of your bubbles. You gotta get out of your bubbles, man. There are reasons why people do this. It's not just because they're crazy. It's not because they're lunatics. It's all pretty predictable. There are very few, save for actually delusional / schizophrenic people, there are very few human actions that are wholly and completely unpredictable. Humans are incredibly predictable, stable things. They respond really predictably given certain environments. They do really predictable things given certain stimuli. None of it is really that confusing or amazing or ridiculous. Every now and then you'll get one or two that will buck the trend, but for the most part, it's pretty predictable what'll happen. You get cities that are being terrorized by what they perceive to be as rioters. They're going to take up arms and do something if the cops can't get it under control. I think that's a pretty predictable set of circumstances that's going to happen, or set of responses to circumstances. Hasan banned Lycan. Oh no, Lycan, what happened?
Look at my vest I bought at Orvis, or look at what's that the big one? No, that's not the hunting one out in the Midwest. Cabela's. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Look at the vest I got at Cabela's.
Uh-oh.
Shatters the expectation that a lot of fucking people had that I was claiming that Kyle Rittenhouse was going to prison all day, every day. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh.
Why is he not going to prison, Hasan? Dude, you are such a fucking pathetic little dweeb. Go, here, have your fucking 3 seconds of fame, you fucking orbiter cuck little shit. Oh my God, I can't believe I gave you even a fucking little crummy boy of fucking cloud, okay? Num 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 num. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. You think this is a free space for you? 27-month subscriber, you fucking orbiter shit. Get the fuck out of here, you pathetic little bitch.
Gee, Lycan, are you in here?
Yeah, I'm in here.
You're a 27-month Hasan sub? How many fucking spies on my stream do I have in here? You little backstabbing fuck.
Bitch, first of all...
Type in my DG, type in my Twitch chat. How long have you been subbed to me?
I'm a tier fucking 3. And not only that, for like a year and a half, I had 2 fucking subs running. I just found that out.
Okay, all right, okay.
Anyway, not that I need to...
Sorry, I found out yesterday that Right to Bear Arms is an avid Hasan watcher as well.
I thought he's like a mod. I thought that was well known.
He's a mod?
Is he not? I thought he was a mod. I genuinely thought like him and Mooten were mods.
Fuck you, RTBA.
Bitch. Anyway,
what is this? I hate this orbiter shit, man. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to deal with insults like that?
Talking about.
Get fucked.
Apparently. He mad, though. He mad. And he's wrong. And he knows it.
I knew he was a mod. I'm just fucking you guys. That is still fucked up, though. Here's the law. He had no legal right to possess that weapon, but the judge acting as his defense attorney allowed that to be thrown out. Chances are the laws as written, Kyle Rittenhouse was allowed to have that weapon. Anybody saying otherwise is wrong. They either didn't follow the facts of the case or they're misunderstanding things. Yeah, there's a reason why the prosecution didn't even press this. Do you think that the law is silly and the loophole needs to be plugged? So in the United States, we typically don't see very many people killed with long rifles. The vast majority of people that get killed are killed with handguns. And I think in Wisconsin specifically, they had a problem with short barrel rifles, like Uzis or some shit, and like sawed-off shotguns. That's why that law was written as it was. We just don't see very many people killed with rifles in the United States. FBI, crime stats, weapons used, handgun, rifle. It's like it's like 2 orders of magnitude less, or maybe just 1, but it's way less. So handguns, okay, about 1 order of magnitude less, or 1.5 maybe, I don't know. Handguns, 6,368 deaths in 2019. Rifles, 364. It's just the number of deaths with rifles is way less. So it's not typically a firearm that gets super heavily regulated to the state level. Now, the federal level, we always talk about assault weapons and assault rifles and AR-15s because they're like the scary guns. The vast majority of firearm violence in the United States is done by handguns. Did you guys see that Gaige gross goods guy, the guy that got shot in the arm, tried to post in my subreddit? What a small world we live in. Holy shit! Apparently, he tried to post, but he didn't have enough karma. Somebody was saying that he was either unemployed or something, and he tried to post saying, "Well, actually, I was employed." Apparently, he posted his concealed carry weapon permit somewhere, so people figured out that this is his Reddit account. But I guess he tried to comment in this thread. The irony of this being that of all the people involved in the incident, Rittenhouse was the only one with a job at the time and has now finished his schooling. Not true. I was definitely employed at the time, and woo, congrats on finishing high school after facing life in prison. Don't see me bragging about having multiple degrees, but then again, I'm just a dumb commie. Nice.